So let's say you click here, it already shows you this is 6. You click here, it shows you it's 24. You click here, it shows you that this is a result of a function, the result of sum of this and this. You click here, it shows you it is a result of this. So mostly, to know what happened there, to get how that calculation was done, you have to come here, go through the codes, because most times it can be a very long code, which is a combination of a lot of things. But because we are doing sheets based on VA, we are just looking at the basis of sheet, because aside calculation, we can use sheets for storing our content and for our content strategy. Okay, so now let's head over to the second thing we have. But before we go there, let me show you something. So like we linked a sheet, like we linked our form to a sheet, we can also link our sheet to a form. So we just do that by coming to tools, then click on create a new form. Once you click on create a new form, it will open up a form. Hope you can still see my screen. You can see my form screen, right? Please unmute and respond so I can hear you.
Yes, ma'am. It's blank.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we can see it. But please, now where did you click to get those options, please?
She clicked on tools.
Sorry, what did you say?
I asked where you clicked before those options came out.
Sorry, I
Before
didn't
the
get your
form.
question.
I asked where you clicked before the options came out, that accessibility,
I
and
clicked on
where you
2.
clicked the form from.
Okay, so I
Okay,
clicked on
thank you.
2. Okay, so that is taking so long. And I need to find it. Oh, no. Oh, no, oh, no. So my battery is running low. That's why I'm having a tough time here. So let me just run over. But then behind here, you can see that I have a form where I can just go over, and when you try that, you see your form. So let me just go ahead and show you the next thing we have, which is Okay, so confirm you can see my screen. Confirm you can see my screen. Okay. Okay, so the next thing we are looking at is prompt engineering. So when we talk about prompt engineering, it is basically how the commands you give to your chat GPT, your Gemini, and all of the other generative, like, to help to generate results. Let's say you want to create content mostly for your clients or for yourself. You want to create a slide, you want to create a lot of things. The right way of using so that people or the person you're working for realize that is AI. Nowadays, every small issue you have, you run to ChatGPT and then you put up equation. But the problem is we do not actually know how to use this ChatGPT. We do not actually know how to use, and that is prompt engineering is important. So the some of you have noticed that you really logged into or signed up for ChatGPT. The response you got then was always kind of very simple, very dull, but with time, your ChatGPT got used to you, and then it started giving you response that you felt comfortable with over time. And then if you notice, there are sometimes that you ask a question on your chat GPT and then you ask the same question and on another person's chat GPT and it gives you different answers. That is because the way that person has been using that chat GPT is different from the way you've been using it. But then the most important thing is, are you using it the right way? Are you giving it the right prompt? Because the way the prompt you give it. So when I say prompt means clear and precise instruction or question you give to your AI model. So your generative AI model, which is your ChatGPT, Gemini, and all of the rest. So the clear and precise or structured instruction and question you give to it, that is called prompt. So the if you notice, there are times that you give ChatGPT a question and then it gives you a response. It doesn't really resonate with what you want at the time. And then you have to go forward to explain it. You add some details to it. And when you add all these details, it starts giving you something that aligns with what you want. So the act of you explaining and adding these details is called prompting or prompt engineering. So prompting or prompt engineering is the act of you explaining, adding details to your questions or instruction. The ability for you to know the right details to give it based on your need at the time is why prompt engineering is important. Now, right now, 90% of people are losing out on their jobs because their works are easily dictated as AI. And then right now, most of the content you see online, you can easily just identify that this is AI work because most people just go to ChatGPT, they drop prompts, they copy it, and they paste it on their document, or they just post it without going through the process of editing or doing anything. So mostly you see emojis, all those ChatGPT emojis, you see all those dash. That is because the person doesn't really know how to use all these generative AI model. So, like I said before, it is the skill of crafting clear, specific, and strategic instruction. So the quality of the prompt you give directly affects the quality of the result you will get. So, for example, you are working with a boss who is very busy with managing the company, that he is not able to manage his own um, social media, and as virtual assistant, he would need you to take care of social media pages, his personal social media, Facebook, WhatsApp, IG, and all of the rest. So you'd have to be in charge of creating content and all of that. So imagine that.
Oh, we can't see your screen, no. I can't even hear you.
I guess it's the
I
network that
think
is
the network
affecting
has
her.
logged out.
Yeah. It just goes again every time.
Okay. Hear me? If you can hear me, please.
Can you hear me now? Hello? Okay. Okay, so my laptop is down. So I would need someone to volunteer. If you're using a laptop, please volunteer and please share your screen. So I'd like us to head on to, if you're using a laptop, just raise your hand so I'd know who is sharing screen. If you're using a laptop, please just indicate.
Ma, I'm actually using a laptop, but it's on 63% and there's no light here. So I don't know if it will last us.
With 63%, yes, you can just do something. So please share your screen.
Okay, ma.
Uh, let's use ChatGPT for today. So, like I said before, something okay, so like I said before, prompting is the act of you giving your generative AI model, that is ChatGPT, Gemini, and all of the rest, the right prompt to help it give you a good result. Okay, so can you go to ChatGPT? Mela, please open your ChatGPT. So before my laptop went off, we talked about the quality of the prompt you give your AI model directly affects the result you get. So let's say, for example, so client wants to
Ma,
have a presentation on Saturday.
sorry, ma.
Yes. Yes,
Please,
I'm
can
hearing
anyone
you.
see
Go
my
ahead.
screen? I want to know if you can see my screen now.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So I was saying that imagine your client is to have a presentation on or to talk on cybersecurity, and your client has been very busy with meetings, board meetings, and company closing deals, and all of the rest, has been so busy that it gives you the the task of generating the slide for that presentation. So the kind of prompts you give your chat GPT is going to directly affect how that slide comes out. Okay, so for example, let's imagine is to talk to students in Uyo. So let's be precise, is going to UniU to talk to students of computer science. So Imela, you're sharing your screen. So imagine you are in that scenario. How would you prompt your chat GPT? Imela, did you hear me?
Yes, ma. Am I supposed to type something?
Yes. So imagine that your client is supposed to make a presentation on the topic cybersecurity, and then your client has been very busy as his virtual assistant. He asks you, oh, please, I'm coming to Uyo, to UNIO to be precise, to present on cybersecurity, and I need a slide on it. So we have ChatGPT and other generative AI model to make work easy for us. So imagine you have ChatGPT, you are to generate a slide on that. What will you prompt your ChatGPT now? So, Imela, can you go ahead? Just give us something.
Okay, ma. Okay, ma. Let me see. All right. Uh, sorry.
Imela, are you done?
Not yet, ma. I'm almost done. Okay, ma. I'm done. Should I send it now so that I can show us the?
Yes, please send it. But while you send it, please read out what you said.
Okay. I wrote generate a presentation on cybersecurity to be presented to students in University of Oyo. Make it look educational, informative, and persuasive.
And persuasive. Okay.
Can you see my screen?
So now you give it.
I didn't hear what you said, ma. Ma, can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Okay. So you said go back to your prompt. Yes. You said generate a presentation on cybersecurity to be presented to students in University of Uyo. Make it look educational, informative, and persuasive. That word persuasive is really, really not necessary there because it is an educational presentation. It's not a marketing presentation. So you would have said, okay, so you would have said something like, generate a presentation on cybersecurity. That is good. Then you also need to specify how many slide content do you need. Please mute your mic, Emil. You
Okay.
also need to specify how many slide contents. So giving it a slide content, let's say I need a 12 slide presentation. It cuts down the number of your content. It shapes your content to a particular number. So with the content you have for that 12, you can decide to, oh, from this is what I want. You can break it to maybe end up using like 10 slides because you already know your first slide is going to be the presenter title. So it's more like you are getting 11 slides and you still have to work on it. So be specific on the number of slides you need And then when you are talking, I like the fact that you brought out the detail that it is going to students in University of Uyo. You want it to be educational. That is another very important detail that should be there. You want it to be informative. Now, looking at the topic cyber security. Remember when I said this, I also said that this is going directly to students in computer science. So you'd like to bring in that details that you are this presentation is going directly to students of computer science. And then cybersecurity is a broad course. And right now we have it threatening the life of the young persons. So you would want to bring out how you want your ChatGPT to point you to some personal and direct things, like list out the effect, how it affects our life personally, and how it affects our economic, how cybersecurity directly affects economic, how it affects our personal life, and how it affects the lives of students. So you can bring out all those points to make it get exactly what you want. You can also break it down to say you would need details of what can be done both by the students and by the government to help keep using the online space safe. Because when we talk about cybersecurity, it's the safety of persons online. So you can also look for the remedies, and then you can also look for what is the cause of these things. So you bring out all these details just to make sure that you direct your generative AI model to the point you want, to what you really need. So you giving it more details makes it go direct to what you need. So now let's also go to another topic. So say your client gives you access to his or her social media pages, and you are to create content for 10 days content on his Facebook. Let's say the guy on your client's Facebook. So who else is on this call? So what prompts would you give your chat GPT to create a 10 days social media calendar? Let's say social media calendar. You want to create a 10 days social media calendar. Who can volunteer? Sorry, I can't see the people on this call. Let me check that. Please. Okay, not okay. Can you unmute and just tell us what prompts we can give our chat GPT to generate a very good prompt to get our content calendar, 10 days content calendar? Chiamaka, please unmute and help us. I need a 10 days content calendar for your clients. Let's say your client is a tech person, and I need a 10 days content calendar. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Chiamaka, you
yes, I
can
can
mute.
hear you.
Please unmute and tell us the prompts we can use to get a 10 days content calendar.
Must it take like can I use another one? Another
Okay, you can use any niche you choose to.
okay, okay. A prompt, right?
So first you have to tell us which niche are you going to, which profession are you using since you're not
Okay.
using tech.
Okay, I'm going to talk about hair care, natural hair care.
Okay, all right. So
Okay.
so remember you are creating a content calendar for your boss,
Excuse,
not for
am I
yourself.
supposed am I supposed to type like while
No,
she
she will
speaks?
tell us first. She will tell us first.
Oh God, you take my phone.
Okay. Can I start?
Yes, please.
Okay. I will tell the chat GPT to like act as a social media strategist. Create 10 days content calendar for a natural hair care brand in Africa, targeting women who wants to grow their hair to waist length in a table with post date, caption, and hashtag columns.
Okay, so remember I said you're not posting for yourself. You're posting on your client's
Okay.
social media, not yourself. So when you're posting on your client, you're trying to act professional. You also have to remember that he's a boss. There are some things he would not just put on his page. He has his personal tones and he also has his business tone. He has his business to protect. So when you are thinking of a prompt, you said, hey, care, think of it as, let's say, in quote here, we are posting for the CEO of this brand. So please take the prompt again as the CEO.
Sorry, please come again. I didn't get you, please.
Okay, so you are generating a 10 days content calendar for the CEO of, what's the name of the brand again?
Okay, the brand is Ella's Natural Hair Care.
Ella's Natural Hair Care. And
Yes.
we are looking at it as an international brand, not just a local brand. So when you're generating your prompts, you are looking for a content calendar that will take 10 days. And we also stretch to different countries. So not just Akwa Ibom, not just Nigeria, but to different countries. So the content you want that content calendar to carry is something that people in Canada would see and they would love, they would want to follow, they would want to like. So you you are to give this ChatGPT a prompt that will help it generate a good content calendar for Facebook and LinkedIn for your boss, sounding professional and also sounding relevant to this Facebook and LinkedIn, and also making it look, yeah, I said professional, yes. So can you give us a prompt?
Okay, please. Minute. Sorry, second. Okay. Draft a 10-day content calendar for an international natural hair care brand. Okay, targeting women who wants to grow their hair to waist length. It should be professional. Sorry, am I getting it?
Yes, continue. I'm hearing you. It should be professional. Okay, so Imela, can you be typing while she's saying it so we get to see the full thing when she's done?
Okay,
Imela, are
okay.
you still here? Hello, Imela. Are you still here? Hello? Is it from my end? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can hear
Okay.
you. I hear
So I
you.
think Imela is the one that can't hear me. Imela, can you hear me? Hello, Imela. Okay, so I think maybe our network is bad or something. Do we have someone else that can share screen so we can continue? Is there someone else using a laptop? You can share your screen so we can continue.
Hello, ma.
Imela. Okay, Imela, welcome back since you were not getting us. Okay, so because of time, let's just try something together. So let's imagine that I want to generate a 10-day content calendar. So for example, I want to use a tech bus, and my tech bus has a big company, let's say a training hub. They do a lot of things there, both coding and non-coding and all of that. So I want to generate a 10 days content calendar that will boast his or our LinkedIn and Facebook presence. And then I also want to maintain professionality. So Imela, are you hearing me?
Yes, ma.
Okay, so let's try something. I'd say I need a 10-day content calendar. Imela, please be typing. Content calendar for my boss. For my boss. Who is the CEO? Who is the CEO of H-Tech? Let's say H-Tech. Then shift enter. Click shift enter so you enter the next line. Note that colon, then semicolon. Okay, colon, yeah, just colon. Then shift enter again. My boss is a tech enthusiast. A tech enthusiast. Shift enter again. a developer, comma, NGO founder, then shift enter. Sorry, I can't see your screen.
Ma, you can't see my screen.
I
Can you
can't
see it
see
now?
your screen.
It's probably your network because my. Can every other person see my
Then
screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Probably her network.
okay, so I can see your screen now. Okay, so we have a developer, tech enthusiast, NGO founder, and let's add the last one, HR expert. Let's add that.
Didn't hear
HR
you.
expert.
Okay.
HR experts. Okay,
Is
so
that all?
shift enter. No, shift enter. Now, I need this to sound. I need this to sound professional. Professional. I need this to sound professional. Relevant. Relevant. Relevant and something the audience can relate to. Can relate to. Then shift enter. Shift enter. Now, I want this content to contain. I need this content to contain. Sorry. I need this content calendar to contain graphics, to contain both graphics and video content. And graphics and video content. And it should have CTA, call to action. So all those things you see, if you can relate to this, drop your story, or if this has happened to you, drop a comment in, drop your story in the comment, or CTA. Yes. So let's go through it together. So go up, go up. Screw up. Okay. up. Okay, so now look at this. I need a 10 days content calendar. Now, first I had to give it details that I need it for my boss. I also had to explain what my boss does. And then I had to also give it details that it has to be professional, it has to be relevant, and also it should be something that the audience can relate to. Because sometimes you just drop a post and then nobody can relate to it. If they cannot relate, it doesn't make any sense. So you need something that your audience can relate to. So with this is very small. The truth is when you're trying to get a good prompt, it should be longer. The more details you give to it, the more you
Please,
are
I'm not
most likely to get
well.
your the more details you give to it, the more you are most likely to get your preferred results. But then the good thing about it is if you give it the first prompt and it gives you a result, please add more details as the result you are getting. So now finally, let's add that we want this to be on a sheet. Emailer, add that you need this to be on a sheet. And then click OK. Let's see the result. You didn't add that you need it to be on a sheet. But then let's go. Let's go. Scroll down.
Ma, I want to add the last thing you said, so I stopped it.
Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry. Just leave it. It's loading. So scroll down. Okay. So while we are going through this, we are waiting for it to load. Since I'm using a phone, I can't really see what it's saying. But then if you notice, emailer, can you just scroll to day 1 and 2. Take it up. Day 1 and 2. Okay, if you notice, with your content calendar, there are emojis here. There are dash in between words. There are some icons that are there. Some people just come here, they click on copy, and they copy this and keep it somewhere, and then they start using it. It already makes you look like you don't know what you're doing. But then, imagine that I am satisfied with this. Imagine I am satisfied with this. And then I copy this to a sheet. I copy this to a sheet. So emailer, copy this. Let's go to a sheet. Let's go through it together. So copy this.
Am I copying everything or just the first one, the one?
When you go down, you see copy. Just copy everything on this sheet. Put it on a normal sheet, Google sheet.
Okay.
Okay, so after this class, when I'm able to charge my laptop, I'm going to drop a link to the sheet, because in the sheet I have dropped prompts, some basic prompts too, one is for generating a normal content, and the second one is for generating an image content. So with the second one, you can use it to change your normal picture to a professional picture. You can use it to generate a professional picture from just a random picture. You can also use that second prompt to generate your raw picture. Let's say you snap a phone or you snap a gadget and you want to change it to look like a magazine picture, something that was snapped with a professional camera. With that prompt, you can use it to change it. The good thing about having good prompts is that you can always edit it. Let's say, for example, you have it for a normal picture, let's say a normal human picture. You can actually change the word and change it to edit for a gadget. The most important things are the details that you need. So when my system comes up, I'm going to drop the link to that sheet so you get to. Okay, so remember we've already done sheet. So the first thing you should do here is give a title to your sheet. Give a title to your sheet. Where you have untitled spreadsheet, please. Then name it. Let's say content calendar. Control A. Do Control A. Type content calendar. Just do Control A there and type content calendar. Content C. Content calendar. Just type. Okay. Now paste your calendar here. Paste it there.
You mean what I copied, Dabi?
Yes, just paste it there. Bring it down one cell down. Bring it one cell down before you paste. Okay, paste there. You having problem pasting? You having problem pasting it?
I've pasted it, ma.
Okay, so now click at go to this A where you have letter A. No, here. No, by your right, you have letter A. Remember I said you name your cell A and 1. So that letter A, where you name your cell, yes, click on it. Now go to that where I showed you that you can match your cell. Those 3 dots, click on it. Where you
Ma, is it this place I'm clicking? Sorry.
I can't see your screen again.
Can you see it now?
Okay, yes. So yes. So you see this small button that has arrow by the side.
Small button. Sorry, by my right or my left?
Under this tab that just showed up, you see this button. Okay. So Under this tab where you have, just take your icon up. You would see this tab where you have a dash with a small button. Okay. Remember I said when you want your words to contain in one cell, there is an icon you can use. So that icon is this. Yes, please click on it.
Ma,
Wrap.
actually,
Just click on that wrap icon. Just click on it. You see
text
wrap. Text.
wrapping.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Just click on it. Then you see this one that is curved inside. Click on it.
The second one,
Yes.
wrap.
Okay, good. Now you see that your words are not spreading to another cell. So that's
Yes.
just what I wanted you to learn when you are bringing your content to Sheet. But then another thing you also need to note is that when you are copying your content, you are not supposed to copy everything. You're just supposed to highlight from your day 1 to your day 10, copy and then bring it here. That is another thing you also need to note. And also, once you copy and you bring it here, go down. Imela, go down. Wait, yeah. So now, if you bring it here, you notice all of these things. All of these things are making your work look very, very scattered. They are looking somehow. So now, this is to show you that you need, for me, I can use this sheet perfectly well to save my content calendar. But because you do not know how to arrange it well, it will take time. But in our next class, I will show you how to do that. So now let's try this using our Google Docs. So let's go to Google Docs. But this time, let's do it the right way. Copy just from day 1 to day 10 and put it on your Google Docs. Go to ChatGPT, copy just day 1 to day 10
Can you hear me?
and put it. Yes, I can. Go to ChatGPT, copy just from day 1 to day 10 and put it on
Okay,
your doc.
but my laptop is actually down already. But let me still copy it and save it to pastors.
Okay. So when you put it on your docs, you now share access and make everybody editor access. So everyone with the link, editor access on docs. Now, let me use this time to explain what we are going to do when we have it on our docs. So on your docs, first when you bring it there will be no table on it. It will be invisible table. So first you'd have to increase your table fonts and then your table thickness. So you make your table obvious so it looks more presentable. Then you'd have to edit that work. Edit, when I say edit, you have to bring out all those emojis, all those, like we can see here, love emojis, airplane emoji, all these things, you need to remove it. Then you need to go through the content and remove all those dash. Now it's very easy for you to know when someone is posting happy birthday, and he's so lazy to even type real thing. We'll just go to ChatGPT, give me happy birthday wish, and we'll just copy and put it there. And once you just click on it, you're like, yeah, this is AI. And it will look so long and very interesting, but we already know it is AI. So it is very bad for you to put up a content and then people by looking at it without even reading it, they can already identify that this is AI. So imagine that you're doing the same thing for your boss and then you have to like put up a post and his friends, his business associates, they didn't even get to read it. They just looked at it and realized that this was AI work. It will reduce your rating as it will reduce your boss rating as a professional. It will also affect you because he would most likely not trust you with such tasks again. So it is best you take time and go through every detail, go through every detail of these contents. This is assuming that you are satisfied with this content. You go through everything, delete all the emojis, delete the dash. Then, very importantly, please make sure that you edit this work. So when I say edit this work, don't make it sound, don't just leave it the way it is. Put your own words. So let's say you have, it has already given you an idea of what it should be, because AI is just supposed to assist you. The truth is, AI is supposed to assist you, not do your work. So once it gives you an idea of what your content calendar should be, and then you like it, you go through it and then you edit it to fit into what you have in mind. Is it network? Because I cannot see your screen clearly. So you edit it to fit into what you want. I can see 10-day content calendar, but I can't see the content. So just put it here and give everybody access and drop the link here so we can all give everybody editor access. Okay. I actually wish my laptop was on so I can show you how to do this. Okay. So click on that three box. The three dots there. Yes, click. Okay. So screw up. Go up. Give us access first. Please give us access. So hopefully in our next class would have longer time to go through this. Give everyone editor access. Okay, so I'm going to drop a video. Showing us how to add table. We already have a table here. So all you need to do is increase the font of that table. So I'm going to show you how to add that table. And then you need
Ma,
to edit this
excuse me,
wall.
ma.
So every
Let me,
yes, I'm hearing.
ma, can you hear me?
Yes.
I think my laptop is going to go off now. So I'm going to share the link here.
Yes.
Then,
Just drop the link here. Copy the link, drop it here. So I'm going to do a video showing us how to increase the fonts of our table so it becomes obvious. And then remember I talked about all this emoji, you need to bring it out. You need to also edit this content. You need to also align it to the font, of what your boss has been using. So let's say you need to go through how his pages has been, what he is always talking about. You need to align it to that. Then when you do that, you also need to edit and put it in your own words. Let it not just be AI. Remember that people can easily identify AI, and people can also detect. There are also apps that can easily detect AI. So you do that, and then for the tax, you will generate
sorry,
a
ma.
content calendar. Yes.
Please, whoever is going to copy the link should paste it on WhatsApp because I cannot access it from here again.
Okay, so someone should help us drop the link on WhatsApp so others can also see this. So for the tax, after I'll drop the tax after I showed you how to add a table to this and how to also do some other edit. Yeah, so sorry, I went off. So every other thing I will drop it as a video. We'll go through it, and then if you have a question, you can always reach out to me before the next class. Do we have any question today on prompt engineering, or do we have any question prompt engineering or sheets? Please try to use those functions of your sheets. Try to practice. That's the only way you'll be sure you are able to do that. Do we have any question, please? Do you have a question? Please, Chiamaka, Abi, Chiamaka, yeah, I think that is what I'm saying. Please unmute and ask your question.
How are you doing since now? What happened to your face?
Chiamaka,
Okay, please, I want to
email her,
ask a
please.
question about this Google Sheet.
Okay, yes.
Can you hear me? So when you were
Yeah.
like telling us how to use it, I noticed some features like the Google Sheet, like the one on my phone, because I do not have a laptop. It's different from the one you showed us, and so and there are some things like you showed us and they're not on my phone. So if I am to edit with my phone, okay, I want to ask a question. As a virtual assistant, can I work with my phone only as a starter?
Yes, you can actually start with your phone. The thing is, you would have to do more work than a person using laptop. So
Laptop.
I just found out that most of the Google tools are to have full access, you need to pay for the premium version. But then there is a trick. You can also use it on Chrome if you're using an Android phone. So you just use the URL either docs.google.com or sheets.google.com. But the thing is, it's going to be more stressful than having to use a laptop because you need to set it to a desktop view and then you need to go through it bit by bit. So it's a little stressful, but then it is something you can start up with. You know that we all have stories to tell. So let's just say it's part of your startup stories. It just shows how dedicated you are to your role. So yes, you can start with your phone.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Is there any other question?
No.
Okay, thank you. I think we don't have any. Angela, your hand is raised.
Yes,
Chiamaka, please.
thank you. Good evening.
Angela,
Good
please go
evening,
ahead.
everyone. Okay,
Good evening.
so like to for us to send to link our sheets to Google Docs, is it the same thing as doing copy and paste? Like, will it still be the same thing? Because most of when I want to do that, they ask me to pay for it. So I did copy. I'm doing copy and paste, but since I've not gotten comments on my work, so I really don't know if it's working. So I that's what I wanted to ask.
Sorry, you said link sheet to docs.
Yes, please. So instead of linking, is it the same thing as copy and paste, or it
No,
is not the
you
same
are
thing?
not. You are not linking sheets to docs. No, we link form to sheets and sheets to form. So, is it because of the assignment I gave?
I'm just asking if copy and paste is this still the same thing?
Okay, so this is what I wanted you to do in that assignment. It was just for you to summarize what your response. So you could have just summarized it, then you do a snipe of your response and then drop down. That's after summarizing what you got. So there is no way for you to link from sheet to doc. You can only link from form to sheet and sheet to form. That is because you are getting feedback and feedback gives you response and that goes to your sheet. There is no connection between sheets taking you to docs. So you are not linking. The only thing you can do is to like give a summary there and maybe you snipe or yes, you can actually copy and paste there as well. So yes, there is nothing like linking from sheets to docs because docs does not really have a relations to sheets, whereas form and sheet has a relation because when you fill your feedback, it needs to be somewhere. The data needs to be saved somewhere, so it has to be saved in the sheet. And also sheet, you can want people to drop their details, and you also want to link it to a form. So either ways, it connects. So there is no linking from sheet to docs. It's sheet to form and form to sheet. You can only use document to summarize it or document to give like a report of what was done on the sheet. Hope you understand now, Angela.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay. Is there any other question? Do we have any other question?